All right, let's get right into it. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're taking a really close look at a platform that's been making some serious waves over in the Philippines. It's called YuOne. Our goal here is to objectively map out exactly how this whole community platform operates, dig into the actual mechanics of its earning system, and, probably most importantly, unpack the strict legal terms that are attached to it. Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. We're going to start with a quick welcome to YuOne, then break down this privilege system queue everyone's talking about. After that, we'll hit the uni-level referral bonuses, check out how their local cashier network operates, and finally, we are diving deep into the fine print. Right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Welcome to YuOne, and asking the big question, what exactly is this platform? Well, let's hear it straight from them. Their core mantra is literally, not MLM, community-powered, product first, together we grow. So they are drawing a massive line in the sand here, right? They're actively distancing themselves from traditional multi-level marketing setups and really pushing this idea of a product-first ecosystem. Okay, so what actually is the product? Well, it's an activation code. It's essentially a digital key. You hand over your money, you buy this code, and it unlocks your access to the YuOne ecosystem. And according to the company, the second that code hits your inbox, the primary transaction is 100% complete. Boom, done. You're simply a consumer who bought a digital product. Nothing more, nothing less. Moving right along to Section 2, the Privilege System Queue, or as it's known internally, the Hybrid Queue Infinite Loop Pro. Now this queue, this is basically the automated engine of the whole operation, and it runs on 3 really simple steps. First, you join the community, by making that product purchase we just talked about. Second, a cycle completes, and third, you earn 500 Philippine pesos for that cycle. It's built as a strict first-in, first-out system, meaning the folks waiting at the very front of the line are the first ones to potentially see a payout. But how does a cycle actually trigger? Well, the magic number here is 9. Literally, it takes exactly 9 brand new queue entries to push things forward. That means 9 fresh product purchases from new consumers are required to trigger just one single cycle for whoever happens to be standing at the front of that line. So your progress? It is completely 100% reliant on a steady stream of new people buying in right behind you. But hold on, because the earning potential here isn't just infinite for a single account. Right now, the platform actually caps these privilege payouts. The absolute limit is 80 cycles per account. It's basically a hard ceiling hardwired straight into their automated tracking system, really just to regulate the flow of the entire community queue. So if we crunch those numbers, at 500 pesos a cycle, multiplied by that maximum of 80 cycles, the absolute highest potential payout you could ever see per account, just from these cycle perks alone, is 40,000 Philippine pesos. And you don't even have to track it. The system is programmed to automatically cut off your cycle benefits the second you hit that ceiling. All right, Section 3, uni-level referral bonuses, which they categorize as optional community benefits. Now, while that main queue runs on autopilot, there's actually this whole optional layer built on top. If you decide you want to invite people, well, there's a structured, tiered incentive waiting for you. You'll grab a 5% bonus straight from the payouts of your direct referrals, and then another 2% bonus from your indirect referrals down on levels 2 and 3. So, while YuOne is super emphatic about being not MLM, they definitely do use a multi-level incentive structure to help drive all those vital new entries we just talked about. Next up, Section 4, the cashier network, and how they handle localized support. We've spent a lot of time talking about digital mechanics, but out in the real world, this platform actually relies on a decentralized network of over 100 authorized local cashiers. These independent reps are literally the backbone of the whole system. They handle the on-the-ground distribution and support. So even if a consumer doesn't have reliable internet access or digital wallets, they can still buy their way in through a real person right in their own physical community. And that brings us to the absolute most crucial part of this explainer. Section 5, the fine print and legal disclaimers. Okay, we absolutely have to look at the legal framework here. Let's draw a super sharp contrast, pulling directly from their own terms of service. On one side, YuOne is a product purchase platform with automated tracking and discretionary bonuses. But on the flip side, they are explicitly clear about what they are not. It is not an investment, it is not a security, and it absolutely unequivocally does not guarantee any earnings whatsoever. In fact, the company addresses this head-on in their own frequently asked questions. They literally ask the exact question that is probably on everyone's mind when they see those potential numbers. Is this an investment? Am I guaranteed to earn money? And their answer? It is a stark, unavoidable no. There are zero guaranteed earnings. Because remember, that core transaction is just you buying a digital product. So any cash you might make through the privilege system is exactly that. It's a privilege, not a contractual right. The company actually goes out of its way to warn users that you might end up getting back less than what you paid, or honestly, absolutely nothing at all beyond the activation code itself. When we stack up the advertised features right next to the legal reality check, man, the picture becomes really clear. That privilege system, it's entirely discretionary. They can literally modify or terminate it at any moment. The cycle speed, well, that depends completely on new consumers buying in, and there is absolutely no minimum speed promised. And withdrawals, those are entirely subject to changing company policies and minimum thresholds. Legally speaking, the company holds every single one of the cards.
Which really leaves us with one final kind of massive question. Does automation actually guarantee performance when the entire system relies on a continuous, never-ending influx of new consumers, paired with total, absolute company discretion? It's definitely a fascinating setup built around community growth, but one that is perfectly ironclad safeguarded by legal disclaimers if that growth ever happens to stop. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. I'm going to leave you to chew on that one for a bit.